Hello and welcome to your Wednesday episode and the return of the Arrowhead Drive. I'm Pete Sweeney. Let's start your morning with today's outlook on the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's what you need to know for Wednesday, September 7th.
Listen, I think everybody can't wait to see what you are. I mean, that's kind of the way it goes every year. What you're capable of, and we're lucky that we have a good opponent to do that against, and in Arizona. So you get an idea of where you're at when everything's flying fast.
All right, Kansas City, it's week 1 across the NFL. The Chiefs will take the field on Sunday in Glendale, Arizona for a 3:25 p.m. Arrowhead time kickoff against the Arizona Cardinals. As Andy Reid mentioned, we're all very eager to get our first real look at this revitalized Chiefs team. After Patrick Mahomes' impressive preseason, expectations are high for this offense, as well as this new look Chiefs defense.
They'll be ready to roll going forward. Everybody went today.
Yeah, we're going to assume by the brief nature of Andy Reid's comments on MVS and Juju, who popped up on the injury report at the end of the preseason, that both of these players will be ready to roll for week 1. Chiefs fans are ready to see rookie Sky Moore fully deployed in this offense, but MVS and Juju will have significant roles as the season gets underway. While the Chiefs managed to stay relatively healthy through the preseason, there was a small window there where the injuries seemed to be piling up. But according to Reid, they head into week 1 with a healthy roster. Now, something to check will be that initial injury report, which we'll have out later today at arrowheadpride.com.
Yeah, so both those two are capable of it. We'll mix and match people in. Noah probably did more of it than what Jody did in that particular spot. But they're all going to play. I mean, those are good players. And so there's some things we can do with them, mixing personnels in there.
Andy Reid confirmed this week that the Chiefs placed tight end Blake Bell on injured reserve, but they are hopeful he can return later this year. His placement on IR means he will miss at least the first 4 games, and while Bell doesn't offer much in the pass catching department, he did fill a valuable role as a blocker for this offense. The Chiefs did add Kansas City native Kendall Blanton to their 16-man practice squad as a bit of an insurance policy. Blanton is someone the Chiefs had already shown interest in before, and he can fill the blocking role left by Bell if they decide to call him up from the practice squad. Still, as of now, it sounds like the Chiefs will head into this season with Travis Kelce, Jody Fortson, and Noah Gray as their active tight ends. The Chiefs also signed safety James Wiggins to their practice squad, saying goodbye to linebacker Azur Kamara. That according to the Chiefs' official roster page. Wiggins, who is 25, first entered the league as a 7th-round pick made by those Arizona Cardinals, who the Chiefs will play this weekend, and that was last year during the 2021 NFL Draft.
Yeah, we'll just see how it goes for who's up and who's down. Some of it depends on special teams and the play there, but if they're all up, they'll have an opportunity to touch the football. If they're not, then whoever is up, there'll definitely be 3 of them up, and they'll touch the football.
The Chiefs, in a bit of a surprise move, chose to carry 4 running backs on the active roster heading into the season. But just as you heard from Big Red, we might only see 3 of them active on game day. That projects to be Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jerick McKinnon, and rookie Isaiah Pacheco, also the kick returner, and that means that Ronald Jones would possibly be inactive there. All offseason, we expected to see a bit more of these run-friendly looks in the new Chiefs offense, and we'll get our first taste of that on Sunday.
Well, you have to stay disciplined, obviously. Speed becomes important, but you're talking about the quarterback. He's got speed, so does a runner. So keeping them contained, I think, is important as you work through it. So that discipline becomes a big factor. But, you always want the aggressiveness. You want speed. You want that transition between the run and the pass to be aggressive and fundamentally sound,
Of course, a large part of the offseason discussion with the Chiefs was about this new-look offense after moving on from superstar wide receiver Tyreek Hill. That makes a lot of sense when you've been such a high-powered offense for this long in the league. But the Chiefs' defense went through significant changes of its own. The defensive line was in need of some youth after we saw the decline of Frank Clark and the Chiefs' struggles last season in getting to the quarterback. And now they have an exciting rookie in first-round pick George Karlaftis, a healthy Frank Clark, and the star that is Chris Jones. All of a sudden, heading into the 2022 regular season, this defensive line looks like it could be just as big a problem for the rest of the NFL.
I like them. I like the speed they play with. I think Juan has done a good job of kind of helping everybody out back there and, and managing that from a player standpoint back there. So, but it looks like we've got good speed and range and those type of things. There are going to be some hiccups here and there. I mean, when you have young guys, I mean, that's what happens. But I think in the long haul, we'll be okay with the guys we've got there.
We'll be paying very close attention to the secondary on Sunday after it's gone through a large overhaul itself. The Chiefs chose to move on from All-Pro safety Tyrann Mathieu, but added a young playmaking safety in Justin Reed from the Houston Texans. Juan Thornhill, who has openly added he wants to be an All-Pro himself this season, has done nothing but gather praise from the coaching staff all throughout the offseason, and Chiefs first-round pick Trent McDuffie is stepping into an immediate role left by the departure of veteran Charvarius Ward, now with the San Francisco 49ers. Rashad Fenton, who's been banged up, sounds like he'll be good to go week one. Add in the high expectations for L'Jarius Sneed and rookies Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson, who both flashed in the preseason, and the hype for the secondary is back once again. It's week one, baby, in Kansas City, and that's it for the Arrowhead Drive for Wednesday, September 7th. The Arrowhead Drive will be back for the entire regular season and the playoffs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you like the Arrowhead Drive, please subscribe to the entire Arrowhead Pride Podcast Network, and while you're there, leave us a rating and a review. Coming up later today, we go across the pond. It's another edition of the Great British Chiefs Show. As for me, that's a wrap for now. I'm Pete Sweeney. We'll catch you on Friday for the next edition of the Arrowhead Drive.